Good morning, students. Today we have to see Unit 4 Electricity. In last class, we studied about electric current, electric potential, Ohm's law, electrical resistivity and electrical conductivity, and system of resistors. Learning objectives of today's class are understand the heating effect of the electric current and electric power. So first we will see about heating effect of current. Have you ever touched the motor casing of a fan or bulb which has been used for a few hours continuously? What do you observe? The motor casing or bulb is warm. That means it contains hotness. This is due to heating effect of current. A source of electrical energy can develop a potential difference across a resistor which is connected to that source. This potential difference constitutes a current through the resistors. So we know current I equal to Q by T, rate of flow of charges. For continuous drawing of current, the source has to continuously spend its energy. A part of the energy from the source can be converted into useful work and the rest will be converted into heat energy. Thus, the passage of electric current through a wire results in the production of heat. This phenomenon is called heating effect of current. This heating effect of current is used in devices like electric heater and electric iron. You see, from the battery to that bulb, the current is flows with the help of charges, the flow of charges. Yes, so here some part of the energy is heated. That means in the form of heat. Okay. Then next one, Joule's law of heating. It's a very important to mark. Let I be the current flowing through a resistor of resistance R and V be the potential difference across the resistor. The charge flowing through the circuit for a time interval T is Q. The work done in moving the charge Q across the ends of the resistor with a potential difference V is VQ. So we know the potential difference V equal to W by Q, W equal to VQ. This energy spent by the source gets dissipated in the resistor as heat. Thus, the heat produced in the resistor H indicate heat is equal to the work done. So, what about the work done formula? We know V equal to W by Q. W means it's equal to VQ. So, heat is equal to work done and work done is equal to VQ. What is V here? Potential difference. Then Q is the charge. The relation between the charge and the current is Q equal to IT. How we get that Q equal to IT? We know the formula electric current I equal to rate of flow of charge. That means I equal to Q by T. Q equal to IT. So we substitute Q value in this above equation. We get H equal to VIT. Okay. So Q is equal to IT. The next one, from the Ohm's law, V equal to IR. So Ohm's law, we know it. When steady current is flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference V between the two ends of the conductor. So I proportional V or I by V equal to constant. So from that Ohm's law, we get V equal to IR. So here we substitute H heat is equal to VIT. What is the value of V in the above equation? V equal to IR. So here we substitute for V IR into IT. So I into I square then RT. So heat H equal to I square RT. This is the equation for Joule's law of heating. So what is the proportional? Suppose the heat compared with the current. So heat produced in any resistor is directly proportional to the square of the current passing through the resistor. Okay. Then the second data H is directly proportional to the resistance of the resistor. Then directly proportional to the time t for which the current is passing through the resistor. So applications of heating effect. Electric heating device. So some part of the current is used or wasted in the form of heat. So that heat is used for many appliances. So the heating effect of electric current is used in many home appliances such as electric iron, electric toaster, electric oven, electric heater, geyser, etc. In this application, nichrome, it's a alloy of nickel and chromium. Nichrome means it's a combination of two, that is nickel with chromium, is used as the heating element because it has high resistivity. The resistivity of the nichrome alloy is higher. Then it has high melting point. And the third point, it is not easily oxidized. Then the next concept, fuse wire. So fuse carrier la, so inge oru wire connect பண்ணிருக்காங்க. So the fuse wire is connected in series. That is very important. So we always connected the fuse wire with series connection in an electric circuit. When a large current passes through the circuit, the fuse wire melts due to Joule's heating effect and hence the circuit gets disconnected. So the wire is cut means the circuit is disconnected. Therefore, the circuit and the electric appliances are saved from any damage. The fuse wire is made up of a material whose melting point is relatively low. Then filament, you see this is the filament, it used in bulbs. In electric bulbs, a small wire is used. It's known as filament. The filament is made up of a material whose melting point is very high. When current passes through this wire, the heat is produced in the filament. When the filament is heated, it glows and gives out light. So tungsten is the commonly used material to make the filament in bulbs. The melting point of tungsten is nearly 3410 degrees Celsius. So it is a strong steel grey metal. Then we move to the electric power. So generally power means the ability to do something, some work. So here real power. What is real power? So the power is defined as the rate of doing work or rate of spending energy. Power means rate of doing work. So time in the denominator. So rate of doing work, work by time. Power P equal to work by time. The electric power is defined as the rate of consumption of electrical energy. It represents the rate at which the electrical energy is converted into some other form of energy. What is the meaning of consumption? It is the using up of a resource. So how we use that particular resource, what is the amount, that is power. Suppose a current I flows through a conductor of resistance R for a time t, then the potential difference across the two ends of the conductor is V. So the work done W to move the charge across the ends of the conductor is given by the equation W equal to VIT. So we know VI is V is a potential difference, I is the electric current, T is the time duration. So power P equal to work by time. So we substitute for work W or H equal to, okay. So work VIT divided by T. So T and T cancels. Then we get P equal to VI. So P indicate power. So power is the product of electric current and the potential difference. Next, SI unit of electric power. What is the SI unit of electric power? It is watt, spelling W-A-T-T. We know the formula for electric power, P equal to V into I. So here we apply 1 volt potential difference to get 1 ampere current means 1 volt into 1 ampere. So 1 into 1 watt. So power equal to 1 watt. So how we get 1 watt means 1 watt is the power consumed when an electric device is operated at a potential difference of 1 volt and it carries a current I of 1 ampere. Suppose we use the larger unit for power means kilowatt. Sometimes horsepower is also used to express the electric power. So 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watt. So horsepower is a unit in the foot pound system, that is FES system. Then consumption of electrical energy. So consumption means is the using up of a resource. So the consumption of electricity is based on two factors. What is the first factor? Amount of electric power, and the second factor, duration, time of usage. So electrical energy consumed is taken as the product of electric power and time of usage. Electrical energy equal to power, electric power into time, P into T. So we know power P equal to VI, electric energy equal to VI into T. Okay. So that means electric energy equal to VI into T. It's equal to VIT. So electrical energy equal to VIT. For example, 100 watt of electric power is consumed for 2 hours. 100 watt of electric power is consumed for 2 hours. Then the power consumed is equal to 100 into 2. So 100 into 2 means we get 200 watt hour. Consumption of electrical energy is measured and expressed in watt hour. So the SI unit is watt second. In larger unit, that is kilowatt hour, kWh. 1 kilowatt hour is otherwise known as 1 unit of electrical energy. So how we get the 1 kilowatt hour? So 1 kilowatt hour means that an electric power of 1000 watt has been utilized for an hour. Hence 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 kilo means we know 1000, then watt hour. So watt hour means, so 1 hour contains 60 into 60 seconds. So 1000 into 60 into 60 watt second. So 6 are 36 into 10 power 5 joules. So we can multiple 10 on both sides means we can get 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. Thank you, students.